Hey, what's up guys? Rami here with your second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update for Monday, September 7th. Happy Labor Day, everyone. Hope you all have a wonderful day today. By the way, my birthday is this week. It's so crazy how fast this year has gone by. Anyway, we have some very good news about the stimulus package and particularly the second stimulus check. So I want to bring you up to date with everything you need to know as of now and set you up for this coming week, which will be very, very important as we might finally see a bill at the end of this week. And we'll cover quickly the status of the $300 unemployment boost. So let's get to all the details right after you please hit the like button on the video and subscribe if you haven't already so I can update you on everything regarding the second stimulus check and stimulus package plus more money and finance news. This community is almost at 200,000 people and I would love to have you join if you haven't already. Thank you all for your support. So first up, let's talk about the biggest news that came out last couple of days, which is President Trump wanting to repurpose $300 billion and use them to send direct stimulus checks for the American people. He said we have $300 billion in an account that we didn't use. I would be willing to release it subject to Congress and use that as stimulus money and it would be right to the American people. It's money that we have, money that we built up, and money that we haven't spent. And I would love to give it to the American people as a very powerful stimulus. This is great. He also said, I think there's a theory that I could do it without having to go back, but I think it would be appropriate to go back and I would ask Congress to approve it. It's a very simple approval. It's a one-sentence approval. And the Democrats should do that. The Republicans will do that. They would be glad to do that. So President Trump didn't specify which fund this is from, but it may be leftover money from the CARES Act, where Congress appropriated $500 billion to the Treasury, with $454 billion intended to cover losses on Federal Reserve lending programs, and so far $259 billion of that funding remains uncommitted. This is powerful and puts even more pressure on Congress to do it. If anything, this is brilliant negotiations and brilliant PR in my opinion. Less than 2 months away from the elections, you have President Trump saying we have money ready to go out to millions of Americans to give them stimulus checks, and all I need is a quick approval from Congress and the checks will go out within a week. That's a lot of political pressure right there. The money is there, the president is ready to release it, all Congress has to do is say okay, and that's it. This is very difficult to argue against, especially if it's money laying around that can just help millions of Americans feed their families and keep a roof over their head. And Trump is saying that his advisors are researching options that could allow him to bypass Congress to send this money out through an executive order. Maybe something similar to what he did with the unemployment executive order. This is very huge, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that and see how that progresses along with what we expect to see from the Senate this week. Speaking of which, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said yesterday on Fox News that he and President Donald Trump believe there should be more stimulus to help American businesses during the pandemic, but are stuck on top-line negotiations with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He said the Speaker has refused to sit down and negotiate unless we agree to something like a $2.5 trillion deal in advance. But he's saying, let's do a more targeted bill now, and if we need to do more in 30 days, we'll continue to do more. But let's not hold up the American workers and American businesses that need more support. Then he said that they're expecting to move forward with the targeted bill this week. The Senate comes back to work tomorrow and the House comes back on Monday the 14th. So this will definitely be a very, very important week for stimulus talks and negotiations. Hopefully we get some really good news, but the feeling here is that we are getting closer and closer to an agreement and a lot closer to actually getting a stimulus check, whether in a stimulus package or Congress approving the repurposing of the $300 billion, or maybe even an executive order at this point. So let's see what happens. What we can expect to be included in this targeted bill, though, as of now, is the $300 to $400 per week in unemployment boost, second round of PPP money, $10 billion for the post office, money for schools to reopen safely, and money for testing and vaccines. Something that also helps the negotiations and the stimulus package talks is that, thankfully, Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin have agreed on government funding until the end of the year. Steve Mnuchin said, "The Speaker and I have agreed that we both don't want to see a government shutdown. So we're going to do a clean continuing resolution. I hope by the end of the week we can begin moving forward on that." They haven't agreed on the specific details, but Mnuchin said he expects it will go through to the beginning of December. So at least we know that this is not going to get in the way of stimulus negotiations. Finally, let me give you a quick update on the states that started paying the $300 FEMA unemployment money. These states are Alabama, Arizona, California, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. These states either started paying already or will start today. There are many other states that are scheduled to start this week, so hopefully you'll start seeing your money coming in very, very soon. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that notifications bell to be sure to be notified whenever I publish new videos and new content for you. And don't forget to check the link in the description for the SoFi Money account, which is a checking/savings account. It's not a stocks account. It's not for trading or anything like that. When you use the link below and deposit $500, you'll get a $50 bonus. Then you can refer anyone you know, your friends, your family, and you will receive $50 bonus from every referral, up to $10,000 per year. This is a great way to make a couple $100 while we wait for the second round of stimulus checks. Also, don't forget your free stock from Robinhood and one free stock from Webull, potentially worth up to $1,600. When you deposit only $100, which is just like cash, you can take it out anytime you feel like it. Links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.